The Earth has a finite amount of natural resources. Among these are coal and natural gas. Along with the problem of eventually running out of these resources, as we consume fossil fuel-based energy, harmful gases are released into the atmosphere, which leads to health problems. We can make a difference now, easier than ever, by switching to renewable solar energy. Nearly 100 years ago, Thomas Edison said, "I'd put my money on the sun and solar energy. What a source of power. I hope we don't have to wait till oil and coal run out before we tackle that. I wish I had more years left." What a brilliant mind who was able to have a vision for a better future. It's amazing to me that Thomas Edison was able to see what was going to happen, even more than 100 years ago, almost 100 years ago. So I'll be talking about how we get energy now, how most of the United States produces energy, and how solar energy works, and how it can benefit us right now, homeowners. So how the grid works, it's very complex. The way that we get power now is complex and antiquated. I have a picture here that helps it make a little bit more sense. So it's a pretty complex way of getting power. So the power plants, in a lot of states are actually like California, where I'm living right now. These power plants, there's really nothing of them in the state, and so they have to buy the power from other states. These power plants, which burn coal and natural gas, and they have to ship it all the way through the transformers, through the local utility, and to our home. So that's how we get power now. The way that it works is very complicated, like I said, so it's a problem because we're paying so much just for delivery of this power. So more than half the cost of power is just delivery, which obviously doesn't make a lot of sense. It's like buying a pizza for 20 bucks and having to pay 20 bucks just for the guy to come deliver it to our house. Like, it doesn't make sense. So the way that solar works, super simple, makes it a lot easier. Put solar panels on your home. And the sun hits the solar panels, and this little inverter on the side of the house or on the back of the panels will change that sunlight into energy that we can use in the home. And then if you have extra power that you don't use, it goes back into the grid and helps the power company have more power around, for when other people need it as well. So it also helps with brownouts, to not, when a lot of people are using a lot of power, sometimes the system will shut down because they're trying to take too much. So this helps with that too. So it's really simple, and it's a lot cheaper because they're producing it on site. So instead of paying that huge delivery cost, you're able to pay a lot less. And so that goes into my next point of why do this now. So, solar energy has been around for a long time, but it's only started really picking up in the past 5 to 10 years. So why now? Solar energy prices right now, they're at an all-time low. They're continuing to drop. It's not crazy, but right now the technology has kind of helped to lower the price. So it makes sense right now in a lot of states, not in every state in the US. Something called grid parity has started happening. And grid parity is when the cost of solar energy is lower than the local utility. So this hasn't happened everywhere, like I said, but more and more states are going to be hitting grid parity over the next few years. So obviously, if the cost of solar energy is lower than the cost of fossil fuel-based energy, which is, like I said in the beginning, a dirty way of getting power that releases, harmful gases into the air, instead of, if we do solar energy, it's clean energy, it's using a natural resource, the sun, and that's always going to be around. So the next question that people have is what company do we go with when we get solar? So you want to have a company that's going to be around for a long time. So there's, since the solar industry is booming, there's a lot of different companies, mom and pop shops that are starting to do solar that might have lower prices, but it makes more sense to go with a company that that's going to be around for a long time. So my suggestion would be a top 3 company like Solar City, actually Tesla now, Vivint Solar, or Sunrun. So in conclusion, coal and natural gas are finite resources, and they're going to have to be replaced eventually. There's a better way right now, which is solar energy. So sunlight striking Earth's surface today in just 1 hour delivers enough energy to power the world economy for an entire year. So I invite all you homeowners to at least get an evaluation done at your home to see if solar energy makes sense for you right now. If it does, great. If not, be patient. It's going to be there in the next few years.